you want to start it with a pull? Intoxicating.
It's insane.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you know, the thing is, this car is literally built on emotion. This has got to be one of the most rewarding experiences of this year.
Yeah.
In all the negativity, with all like car-related things being cancelled, the fact that we are in the brand new Porsche Cayman GT4,
feels a bit
718 GT4. It's
It feels a bit of a privilege to drive it.
Yeah, very much so.
And what I love about it is how simple it is. So a lot of sports cars, supercars, whatever you want to call them nowadays, I've got modes. I've got modes forever.
Yeah.
You know, they've got comfort plus, and sport this and sport that, and race and track and all sorts. Whereas this car's got none of that.
Yeah.
We've got a 6-speed manual gearbox.
Yeah.
We've got a 4-litre naturally.
Listen to that. Oh my word. Oh my word. It doesn't get old. It doesn't get old.
As I was saying, yeah, we've got a 4-litre naturally aspirated engine, and it's built by the people that make the best driving sports cars in the world.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Hands down.
I mean, the thing about this GT4, I mean, for me as a passenger sitting here right now, is that you actually don't need to say much. Normally I can go on about this, I can go on about that, but sitting in this car right now, you kind of just soak it all up and just enjoy the whole process.
Yeah. So what, we're running about 310 kilowatts?
Yeah, 309 kilowatts, 440 newton meters of torque. You got a 0 to 100 time of 4.4 seconds.
Yeah.
So on paper,
sorry, carry on.
On paper, it doesn't seem like a crazy, you know, power figures.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's irrelevant. It's honestly irrelevant.
I mean, we've been driving this car for a day or two, and we've had a lot of time behind the wheel, and I've hardly ever looked down at the speedo.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about how fast I can get to 100. I'm not worried about how fast I can go in a straight line.
Yes.
It's just the manual driving experience, the visceral experience of changing the gears, running the car out to its 8,000 RPM red line. I mean, guys, the power band in this car kicks in at 4,500 RPM. So before that, you got nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this car so good, because you've got to drive it.
Yes. It's a driver's car.
Yeah.
If you're not a driver, if you're not a person that doesn't enjoy driving, this is not the car for you.
It's not the car
for you.
At all. You've got to drive the car. You've got to work hard to enjoy it.
Yes.
You can't just hit Sport Plus and turn all the dials and the knobs and put your foot down and have a great time going in a straight line.
Yeah.
You've literally got to work at it and use the keys. And there's a few assistance systems that kind of help you if you're not used to driving a manual, and that is we've got the auto blip. So if you turn that off, when you're downshifting under braking, then it'll blip the throttle for you.
Yeah.
The old school method is to heel and toe.
Yeah.
Which is also a very enjoyable experience when you get it right. You're gonna get it right every time when you do it. It's awesome. But I mean, you've got to have a go. Before
I was gonna say, I've got nothing to say. It's literally the same.
But before you do, third gear is the best gear in the world.
Listen to this.
Third gear is the best gear in the world.
Listen to that. That's 6,000. 7,000. And that's the red line. Oh my word.
And I've won. There's a few highlights I've really enjoyed. When we've been on the highway and we're cruising at 6th and 5th, and then you drop down to 3rd, and you run this gear out. I mean, it's such an unbelievable gear. Especially with this kind of car, you go from like 1st to 2nd isn't a fast shift.
Yeah.
and it's a short ratio gearbox. It's got a hard paddle-ish clutch. You know, it's like on and off. There's not much bite. So essentially, first gear you take it easy into second, and then I went from second to third. And as you go up the box, you can start changing quicker.
Yeah.
But just understanding that and you've got to, and I said it earlier, but to enjoy this car, you've got to work hard and you get tired.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it an amazing experience. And the last thing I want to say is, building this car isn't a fluke.
No.
And what you realize by the brand Porsche, who built this car, you just feel the years of experience and heritage in motorsport and building these sports cars, that they make such a great experience.
Yeah.
Because I haven't really ever driven a car like this, and I know we're going to get to sample hopefully the GT3 RS, and that'll be the step up. But this for me is a great step up to that car. So what I mean by that is, if you want a GT3 RS, or that's where you want to go eventually, maybe you've got like a 5-year plan, whatever it is, 3-year plan, get a GT4 first, and introduce yourself to this manual Porsche driving experience, because this is totally different to a 911 or a GTS. And it's a great step up. Go from a GT4, and then you can start going into a GT3, and if you wanted the very lucky few, a GT2 if you ever get there. But that's what I love about this car. It's not too much.
No, not at all.
It's not too much, but it's just enough to give you that manual driving experience.
It's a visceral experience. And the fact that we have to give this thing back tomorrow makes me very sad, because you really want this parked in your garage. You want something a bit quieter, a bit more civil from a day-to-day perspective. But on a weekend, do you imagine having this thing on a weekend? You would literally find any excuse to go anywhere.
Exactly.
Any excuse to go anywhere. At the end of the day, because this is a Cayman, this car needs to still have some sort of everyday appeal. So the seats are comfortable. It's not like when you're driving a GT3 RS, you've got a fixed seat that you can only go forwards and backwards. You know, it's a much more comfortable vehicle from a daily perspective, but it's not
it's not bad. I mean, you've got a digital display here.
Apple CarPlay.
You have Apple CarPlay. The sound system is decent. The one in the back is better.
That is true.
But
you mean this one?
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yes.
It literally
from
never gets
6,000 to 8,000 RPM. I mean, you're touching heaven. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's the best.
It crescendos. It makes all the right noises, and my goodness, I mean, how do you even end this off? What would you give this out of 10?
I think it's not fair to even try and judge this thing out of 10. You know what I mean? Like,
oh man! But I can honestly say that this is the best driving experience I've had this year. That for me personally, and we've driven some amazing vehicles. I mean, we had a BMW M8 on test literally yesterday, but this is the most rewarding experience I've had.
I mean, the M8 is a terribly fast car.
Yeah.
And the package from what BMW produced is amazing. But I mean, I would drive this over that car if I wanted a performance experience.
Yes.
Any day of the week.
Yes.
And apart from a GT3 RS or a GT2, I can't think of many other cars that I would pick over this for a driving experience.
Yes.
I mean, okay, you've got a Club Sport S, but I'd still probably pick this. Okay, there's a lot of manual, older sports cars, like you got your Lotuses and all that kind of stuff.
But in the modern day era, there's not many sports cars that offer this.
What would you pick above this, apart from another car in the Porsche GT range?
Yes, that's true.
What would you pick?
That's true.
I will wait. Let us know in the comments if you can think of anything.
Yeah, actually, for under 2 million rand, what can you buy that's going to give you this kind of thrill? You know? And this kind of driver engagement thrill. Don't tell me about twin turbo this and that and all that. Like, give me something that's going to make you work as a driver.
It's got to have a naturally aspirated engine, and it's got to have a manual gearbox.
Yeah.
And it's got to be under 2 million rand.
Yeah.
And for the overseas viewers, thank you very much for watching. 2 million rand is,
what would that be in pounds?
like £100,000. It's like 21 to 1.
Oh, yeah, it is 21 to 1.
I mean, you guys know of xe.com. You can go there and work it out. But yeah, I mean, I think to sum it off,
what a car.
What a car.
What an absolute car. And I mean, for me, I'd say the standout features: manual gearbox, the way it makes you feel. Obviously, this 4-liter engine is sublime. Things that I don't particularly like.